Imagine you are drifting on the dark, open ocean, surrounded by an absolute black curtain, and then you realize you are not alone. The thing shadowing your ship isn't a shark, nor is it a dolphin. It has the form of a human, but it belongs to the abyss. In the next few minutes, your entire worldview will be completely overturned. You will witness beautiful creatures crying out and begging for their lives, and ferocious, monstrous hybrids ready to tear apart anyone who dares trespass on their domain. From the frozen waters of the Arctic to the murky currents of the Amazon River. These clips are living proof that no scientist would dare publish. They are too real to be fake, yet too bizarre to be true. Take a deep breath, because after this video ends, the next time you look out at the sea, you will never feel safe again. The raw truth about the children of the sea is waiting for you now. The Mid-Atlantic escape. Amidst the pitch-black night, blending with the roar of waves in the cold North Atlantic, a breathtaking moment silenced the entire crew. As the heavy net was hauled up from the dark water, the sweeping searchlights revealed a creature seemingly ripped from legends, a mermaid with pale white skin and a shimmering, magically vivid emerald blue tail. But instead of fear, a wave of profound sorrow swelled as they witnessed the sight. The beautiful creature was thrashing in sheer panic, its fragile body painfully squeezed and chafed by the rough mesh of the human net. This was no monster, but a vulnerable, solitary being desperately fighting for life against the jaws of death. With one final, powerful flip of its tail, it tore through its confinement and plunged back into the dark depths, leaving behind a wake of regret and stunned silence on the deck. After watching the clip, it makes you wonder, is this simply another internet hoax? Was it created by AI? Or are these truly the secrets humanity has never been allowed to know? The wrath of the sea monster. Under the faint moonlight off the coast of Sicily, a place rumored to be the domain of the deadly sirens of Greek mythology. The quiet atmosphere of a night fishing trip was violently shattered by sheer terror. 3 fishermen, engrossed in their lines, suddenly spotted a pale, ghostly white silhouette rising from the murky depths, staring at them with soulless eyes. Before they could fully register the shock, the bizarre creature with a massive fishtail leapt onto the deck with the speed of an arrow, defying all natural laws. The powerful impact and the subsequent furious thrashing of its tail sent the boat rocking violently. In the chaotic moment, viewers only catch a glimpse of the creature lunging to attack, eerily reminiscent of the ancient legends about the bloodthirsty sea monsters that sank countless ships in the Odyssey. The footage ends abruptly with blood-curdling screams and a shaking, dark screen, leaving the fate of the 3 men entirely unknown against the mysterious rage of the ocean. A painful shriek in the cold sea, in the dead of night off the frigid coast of Norway. An event unfolded so quickly that no one could react, as a fisherman reeled in a line with a struggling fish. The water's surface violently exploded. A pale, human-shaped shadow darted onto the deck like lightning. There was no time for fear, only a single, anguished, ear-splitting shriek that echoed in the dark. The strange creature did not attack the humans. Instead, it lunged straight for the hooked fish. In an instant, it desperately tried to rip the fish free from the net, regardless of its own injury, then plunged back into the black ocean. The entire event took only a few short seconds, leaving the crew in a state of utter shock. That desperate leap was not savagery, but a deeply moving attempt to rescue a fellow being, leaving the witnesses agonizing over the concept of kinship in the deep sea. The Azov Sea nightmare. If the story of the sacrifice just now moved you to tears. The next clip, filmed in the Azov Sea, southern Russia, will instantly send a chill down your spine. In complete contrast to the earlier creature's fragility, what the Russian fishermen faced when they pulled up their net was a true nightmare. Struggling wildly in the tangled net was a merfolk-shaped creature, but its face bore no ethereal beauty. It was contorted and vicious, with jagged, razor-sharp teeth, It growled, bared its fangs in a threat, and strained to tear through the net to attack anyone who came near. This horrifying image is reminiscent of the Rusalka legends in Slavic mythology, vengeful water spirits, or the sea devil monster rumored by Soviet sailors during secret Cold War voyages. Its ferocity and wild strength make the viewer shudder and ask, is this the reason why the Azov Sea has been shrouded in tales of deadly curses for centuries? The Phantom of the Amazon Dock. The monster in the Azov Sea certainly fills us with terror due to its aggression. But that's not the complete story. A randomly recorded clip at a deserted dock in the Amazon River basin also sows deep confusion about the boundary between reality and illusion. The camera lens inadvertently captured a bizarre creature, with the upper body of a human and a fishtail, writhing in desperation on the dry wooden floor. It wasn't thrashing aimlessly like a stranded fish. It seemed to be using its arms to prop itself up, rolling and deliberately sliding toward the water. Could this creature, attempting to throw itself back into the murky river, be a descendant of what Columbus once witnessed, its final desperate slide to freedom leaves humanity with a huge question mark? How many mysterious hybrid species might be lurking in the very rivers we pass through every day? The struggle with a giant. Moving away from the murky waters of the Amazon, the camera takes us to the stormy Barents Sea, where another tragedy is unfolding right on a fishing trawler's deck. Amidst the roaring waves, fishermen in thick protective gear are struggling to subdue a giant creature with slick, gray skin just hauled onto the deck. Although its appearance is truly ghastly, recalling descriptions of the Ningen, the legendary human-shaped monster of the Antarctic, or the historical account of the sea monk captured in Denmark in 1546, the creature's attitude is the complete opposite. It doesn't bear fangs or attack. It only writhes and struggles in desperate panic to escape the strong hands restraining it. Watching the heavy body trying to slide away in utter terror, we don't see a bloodthirsty monster, but a pitiful being trembling before the overwhelming strength of man. Is this the last individual of an ancient species being cruelly dragged from its ocean home? The shark's eye view. Next, let's dive into the tranquil, clear waters of the Caribbean Sea, where a shocking secret was accidentally exposed by the ocean's apex predator itself. In a behavior research project, scientists attached a GoPro to a shark. Everything seemed normal until the shark changed direction. The camera suddenly captured a strange shadow gliding in the distance. It wasn't a sea turtle or a diver, but a graceful figure with the upper body of a person and a long, sinuous tail, swimming at an incredible, water-slicing speed. The shadow in the video flits in and out of sight like a phantom of the ocean. Leaving an intense bewilderment, is this living evidence of the legendary Atlantean race, or simply an optical illusion deep beneath the sea? The Jamaica Drift Mystery. From the blurry, vital images beneath the deep sea, we are violently pulled back to a stark, raw reality on the hot sandy beach of St. Thomas Parish, Jamaica. Unlike the graceful figure just seen, what washed ashore here is a flesh and blood nightmare. Local residents surround a colossal, pale white creature in an advanced state of decomposition. Its structure is so bizarre that it doesn't resemble any known whale or marine animal. It looks exactly like the severed, gigantic lower body of a mermaid, bloated after days in the water. Thick, slimy flesh is poked and prodded by locals with sticks for inspection, evoking a mix of curiosity and disgust. The scene sends a shiver down the spine, recalling the globster phenomenon, mysterious organic masses washing ashore in the 20th century, but never one with such a distinctly merfolk tail shape. Is this the tragic end of these mythical creatures when they die, rejected by the ocean and returned to the land in their most grotesque form? The tiny fiend, leaving the haunting, hot sands of Jamaica. The camera takes us to the stormy Celtic Sea off Ireland, where a shocking direct confrontation is taking place right on a ship's deck. Amidst the howling wind, two fishermen in bright yellow rain gear are struggling to subdue a small but incredibly aggressive creature just hauled up from a depth of thousands of feet. Unlike the inert masses that drifted ashore, this creature is struggling madly. Its body is covered in shimmering silver scales and ends in a complete fishtail. Its size is only that of a child, but its face bears ancient, contorted features warped by fear and rage. This image reminds many of the legend of the Merrow the merfolk of Irish folklore, often considered harbingers of bad luck for ships. The ear-piercing shriek from the small creature's mouth drowns out the sound of the waves, leaving the fishermen both thrilled by their unique catch and trembling with fear at having violated the ocean's forbidden territory. Eerie light beneath the surface, moving away from the fish-smelling, daytime chaos of fishing boats. The next clip takes us to a completely different setting, the tranquil space on the deck of a luxury yacht in the dead of night. A tourist, gazing at the sea, unexpectedly spotted a strange glow beneath the water and quickly used their phone to record it. What appeared in the weak camera flash was not garbage or a common jellyfish, but a beautiful yet ghostly human-shaped creature. Its entire body emitted a brilliant neon blue light, with glowing patterns running along its body like the living veins of the ocean. Its long hair floated in the water, shimmering like live optical fibers. The creature swam gracefully right next to the boat, occasionally looking up at the light, revealing a pale, soulless face before flipping its long tail, creating glowing bubbles, and diving deep into the abyss. Its appearance was fleeting, but left an indelible, haunting impression, making viewers wonder if a species of bioluminescent humanoids truly exists beneath the deep sea, or if this is the product of a secret experiment that has escaped the lab. Deathmatch in the Bering Sea. If the previous clip offered a haunting, breathtaking beauty, the next footage from the stormy Bering Sea will throw you straight into a brutal and raw survival battle. Amidst the roaring waves and heavy rain, the violently shaking camera records an unprecedented scene of chaos on a fishing trawler's deck. A group of fishermen in orange protective gear are desperately wrestling with a true monster just dragged up from the black depths. This creature possessed no shimmering beauty, but was a slick, gray, heavy mass of muscle. It thrashed wildly with terrifying power, its enormous tail slamming down on the wooden deck with deafening crashes, tossing metal tools around like toys. The fishermen, despite being sturdy men accustomed to the seas, are being violently dragged, slipping and stumbling on the wet floor as they try to use ropes to restrain its upper body. There is no magic here, only the pungent smell of the sea, frantic shouts of command, and the fear etched on the faces of the men as they realize the savage strength of this creature far surpasses any shark or giant tuna they have ever encountered. The intense struggle leaves viewers breathless. Will humans subdue the fury of nature, or will they become victims of this mysterious, mutated creature? The stranded mermaid. Leaving the bloody survival battle on the stormy sea, the camera takes us to a completely opposite setting, the sunny Kribi beach in Cameroon, where human curiosity is turning into a deeply intrusive obsession. Amidst the gentle lapping of the waves and a noisy, chaotic atmosphere, a crowd of local residents surrounds a creature that has just been washed ashore on the hot sand. Unlike the aggressive monster on the trawler, this creature lies motionless, exposing a fragile, heartbreaking beauty. It possesses the upper body of a woman with smooth, pale skin, but from the hips down is a long fishtail, covered in shimmering emerald green scales under the scorching sun. Instead of fear, the locals rush to explore the strange creature like a plaything. In the video, we clearly see rough, bare hands grasping her arm, lifting the heavy tail for inspection, and some even pulling her long black hair to check if it's real. The creature seems utterly exhausted, no longer able to resist, lying still and enduring the siege of curiosity. This scene doesn't evoke fear through fangs, but plants a deep sorrow about how humans treat the natural world's wonders when they become vulnerable and stranded. The chase in the dark. If the event in Cameroon evoked poignant sympathy, the next video, recorded in the pitch-black night, will immediately drown out that emotion and replace it with sheer horror in the darkness. A speedboat is fleeing at maximum speed, but it seems unable to shake off the mysterious underwater predators. Chaotic flashlight beams sweep across the black water, and then the true nightmare arrives. They are not crocodiles or giant snakes, but grotesque creatures with slick, pale skin, swimming furiously close to the side of the boat. The climax of fear is when one of them lunges up, using its wet hands to clutch the side of the boat, and raises its head above the water right next to the person filming. In the flickering light, its face appears contorted and bald, lacking a nose, with deep-set eye sockets and an agonizingly gaping mouth. They look like floating corpses but possess remarkable muscle strength and extraordinary swimming speed. They don't attack with simple animal instinct. They seem to be coordinating as a pack to capsize the small boat. The roar of the engine mixed with frantic screams creates a chaotic scene as the people in the boat desperately try to push the bizarre things back into the cold water before being dragged down into the eternal darkness. The tragic fate of the merfolk. After the shaky and blurry clips, the next image, taken on a desolate beach on the west coast of Ireland, will make you hold your breath due to its haunting clarity. No longer slimy masses of flesh, what lies exposed on the wet. Cold sand is the corpse of a merfolk creature, complete to every detail. The creature lies face up, completely motionless with arms outstretched, its pale skin stark against the gray sand. The large fishtail below is covered with meticulously layered pale emerald blue scales and fans out at the fluke like a giant fan. What creates the dramatic and chilling nature of the scene is the attitude of the witnesses. A group of 5 to 6 tourists in thick winter clothes stand in a line far away, maintaining an absolute safe distance, not daring to approach. They stand frozen, some covering their mouths in shock, others raising their phones to record the scene in disbelief. In the gray sky, seagulls circle directly above the corpse as an ominous sign. Creating an atmosphere of deep sorrow is the ocean starting to cough up its darkest secrets onto the land to warn humanity. Captive beauty. If the previous images carried a dark and grotesque tone, the next video will make you rub your eyes multiple times because of its surreal quality and unbelievably vibrant colors. In the middle of the vast ocean, 2 fishermen are working together to haul a net onto the deck containing a creature of stunning beauty. It is not a monster, but a flesh-and-blood mermaid with a full figure and long, moss-green hair cascading over her bare shoulders. The most captivating feature is her gigantic fishtail. It is not repulsive but shimmers with a beautiful blend of purple, pink, and blue, sparkling like mother of pearl in the daylight, trapped in the tight net. She shows no aggression, only covering her chest with her hands with an expression of utter panic and fear, her mouth agape as if trying to communicate or plead. The contrast between the ruggedness of the men and the colorful, mythical beauty of the creature creates a scene that is both dramatic and evokes deep compassion in the viewer. Do humans have the right to hold captive such a marvelous beauty? What about you? After going through 15 clips ranging from horrifying and haunting to moments of magnificent yet tragic beauty, where does your belief lie? Are all these creatures just the perfect products of AI technology and movie special effects? Or have we truly just lifted the veil on a parallel branch of evolution existing right beneath our feet? Which side do you lean toward, absolute skepticism in science, or the instinctive shudder that tells you something is truly swimming out there? Don't keep that thought to yourself. Scroll down to the comments section and let us know. Which video made you believe it was the most real we and the community are waiting to debate with you? And if you're not ready to let your curiosity rest, hit the subscribe button immediately, because what you've seen today is just the surface. The darker, deeper secrets of the ocean are still waiting to be brought to light in the next episode.